All right, Sam Lucci is here. It's Think More, React Less. And again, you can find out more at thinkmorereactless.com. So Sam, great to see you again. We've known each other a long time, and I have a lot of admiration for you as an entrepreneur. And this is going to be a great opportunity to talk about that recipe of success and to really dissect what Think More and React Less is all about. So let's talk about how this can actually help someone out there.
Okay. If I said to you that I actually discovered the solution to any problem you could ever have, what would you say?
Where do I sign up?
thinkmorereactless.com. A donation as little as $10 to get you started. I would hope you did a little more than that, though.
Absolutely.
But that's where you're going to find it. I can't use this time to tell you. I don't think anybody cares who I am or how I found it. I mean, I can talk a little bit about that. But what does it do for you? Well, my partner is sitting across from me over there 51 years. He could probably tell you more than me, but we had a big, ugly business, Okay, we made a few dollars and then we did okay, but now I should say we had a big, ugly job. Now we own a business worth owning, Frank works a couple hours a day on it. I work a couple hours a day on it. I work all my time on this side. It's run by managers now. It's profitable. It's scalable. And we won't have to have an exit plan because Frank and I have decided that within 1 year we would be franchising our system, the system that I developed here. We developed it together. He's the other half of my success.
Yeah, Frank Witkowski, but thinkmorereactless.com. That's thinkmorereactless.com. Do you think that everything can be overcome in business? A problem?
Absolutely. Just give me a problem and we'll talk about it. Anyone you want.
What about cash flow? And you got to keep going. You got to pay bills. You got to do payroll.
Well, you have to look at your business in terms of a cycle. Our business cash flow, most business owners, young entrepreneurs, or even entrepreneurs that run in small businesses, they tend to think, they look at their checking account and think that's not yours. So you have to. What I always did was looked at what is your monthly nut you have to crack, your yearly nut. Christmas comes once a year, but it's more expensive that time of the year. They audit your insurance policy once a year, and you're going to get an overage, but you should know what that is. So you have to. It all comes down: think more, react less. Thinking is the key. You have to be able to think about no matter what it is.
Sometimes people overreact, and that really gets them behind the eight ball.
Yeah, we always overreact without thinking, without realizing we're overreacting. That's the norm, and that's what this whole thing is about. Think more, react less. Okay, I don't react too much anymore. I'm not perfect. I can still react, but if I'm reacting in business, which is 3 times a year, he'll correct me. And if he's doing it 3 times a year, see, he's never off when I'm on. He's on when I'm off. When he's off, I'm on, and that's why we're such pair.
Yin and the yang, it works.
Yes.
Now let's talk about when you think about other aspects of business. The big problem that we're experiencing today is getting employees to be able to stay on the job and be a part of your company. So how do you share the wealth, and how do you engage people to want to be a part of your business when times are very difficult right now, just to fill those employee roles?
We don't need more jobs. We need people who can fill the jobs. Frank and I have a half a dozen blue-collar jobs that we can't fill. We quit doing certain large projects because we can't find craftsmen to do them, and we're not going to sell something that we can't keep the promise. So we literally had to scale one side of our business back because of labor. We'll put out an ad, and you might get 10 people respond. You set up interviews with them, 1 or none may show up. They don't even call. And that's not just blue collar, white collar doing that too.
What's the reason behind that? Thinkmorereactless.com to find out more so you don't have to deal with some of these issues. But talk to me, what's the problem?
The problem is the population has been dummied down to the point where they don't even have manners anymore. I had a woman for sales, and we were texting back and forth. She couldn't do it at this time. She couldn't do it at that time. So I finally gave her 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, about 7 days out, right? She didn't show up. I was going to do a call with her. She didn't show up. So I texted her, did you get lost? You forget what? Oh, I'm so sorry. My daughter had an emergency. And, oh, by the way, I'm sorry, that was that day. Then the next day, she didn't want the position. Okay, she's lying to me. I know she was lying to me. So I sent her back a text. I think, what the hell, I'll send her back a text, right? So I said, You got to learn some manners. I said, you could have called me that night. I sat there and waited on you for an hour. It was the next night. I get that mixed up. I called her back. I said, I'll give you a little advice. You need some manners. She said, I don't need your advice. And I texted her back, you need somebody's advice. And I left it there. I mean, that's what's happened. I mean, the old understanding of protocol, manners, professionalism. It's not everybody's lost it, but we've lost too much of that.
Well,
and think more, react less. Okay, can bring you back to that. And why do you do that? Because you don't care. Why don't you care? Because you have an opinion that says that doesn't matter. This freewheeling. Everything's okay. All behaviors are okay. We should accept all behaviors. Okay,
But
it doesn't work.
You know what the key word is?
What's the key word?
Courtesy. It's all about courtesy.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's gone.
Absolutely.
A lot of it is gone. Not all of it, but a lot of it is gone.
But what can happen when you get Think More, React Less, thinkmorereactless.com to find out more, it'll help you buffer some of these problems before they become major problems.
In your business?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, in your business, you have to deal with the issues out there. I started a nonprofit educational initiative so that we can start to correct it. I want to get this into the schools. I want to raise $10 million to get it into the schools. I put millions of dollars into this myself. I don't have enough to take it to the whole world to where it can help. Okay, but you have to start with yourself. The help is going to be with yourself. Okay, you in business you may have to go through 30 people to find 2 that you can work with, and then once you get them, you want to develop them. You want to develop them. I learned very late in life building a business is developing people. That's really what it is. If you can develop people, and and then nothing can help you develop them quicker than Think More, React Less. Because see, it teaches you to think. When you think, you can make a choice. If you're not thinking, your emotions made a choice for you, and then you'll rationalize it was a good deal. Like take road rage. Okay, somebody flips you off. Somebody makes you mad. All right. What do? We may get demonstrative. We may drive up behind them, blow the horn or whatever, right? But we don't run into them. Almost never do we run into them. Why? Because at that very moment, this turns back on, and I think, well, wait a minute. I've got a legal problem. I got an insurance problem, damage. Our brain turns back on, and we don't do it. Some people. But that's happening on the same scale every day with everybody.
And when I think about Think More, React Less, it's all about thinking more, and you won't be reacting in the wrong way, and you can do more positive things in your life. How can you find out more about this amazing product? And we're going to continue as we move forward in the weeks and months to come to continue to analyze on how this can help people from every walk of life, in everyday life, in family situations. But when you drill down on business, remember, think more, react less. Thinkmorereactless.com. Thanks, Sam.